Can somebody just tell me if the audio's working in the chat, please? I don't want to start this stream and not have any audio. Nice one. Cheers, guys. Just give it another couple of minutes. I'll get all the donut sugar away from my mouth before I go on cam as well. Not had me dinner yet. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions throughout the entire thing, any requests or anything like that, just drop them in the chat. I'll be monitoring that as well as going through these games. The idea behind this one is I'm just going to go and play through all the entries to the Comp-3 Jam Butty, and we'll dissect them a little bit. We'll have a look at what they did well, what they could have improved on. We're not going to be going into any extreme details or anything like that, but just a bit of constructive criticism, as I always find, is a good thing. May as well jump in. Did you like me blue beard anyway? Lockdown can do some strange things to a man. So let's take a look at what we have. We've got 6 entries, which, to be fair, is more than I thought I was going to get for the first ever game jam. And I've only played one so far because I knew it was going to be a bit of a joke. And this was this Jiggle Wiggle, very cool game. I recognised the name straight away, and he decided to publicly announce that it was a joke in the Discord server anyway. So I thought I'd have a quick go of it. And let me just say, this isn't going to be the winner. We'll just leave it at that. If you've not played it yet, we'll obviously go through that, and we'll have a look at the extreme detail that Spicy Cat Games went into when making Jiggle Wiggle. But yeah, the rest of them I've pre-downloaded. I've got them on my my downloads folder just down here. They're ready to go as and when we get to them. What I'm planning on doing, though, is actually going through the browser-based games first, and then we'll go into the download games. So, let's think. What do we want? Do we want to go for the joke entry first and get it out of the way? Or do we want to come back to that one as sort of a grand reveal? Does anybody have any preference whatsoever on that? Tell you what, we'll go into that one first, and we'll see how amazing this is. Oh wait, no, we've got some grand reveals. Oh, it is Spicy Cat himself. So you know what? Yeah, we'll leave that one till later on. Go on. So we'll start out with "Get Out of My Kitchen," and I think this one's gone for a little bit more of a literal interpretation of the theme, which, if you didn't know, was bugs. The idea behind bugs was you could actually interpret it any way you liked. It could have been literal bugs like insects, could have been coding bugs, and just a little quick flick through. I've seen one of the games actually came up with an idea that I didn't actually think of, so that was really good as well. But this one looks like it's gone for a more literal approach. So let's check this out. Hello ALK, how you doing? Okay, so we've got Get Out of My Kitchen. We have some what look to be hand-drawn graphics. That's always good. Assets should have been made during the game jam, so hopefully they were. Made for Comp-3 Interactive Game Jam Butty, Bugs Game Jam. I present Get Out of My Kitchen. One day a lady's kitchen is infested with bugs. Help her eliminate the vicious threat by stomping on these pests and clear her kitchen from its invaders. Enjoy. I really enjoyed working on this one. Expect a devlog soon. That is the most important part. I really enjoyed working on this. That's what you should really be aiming for with something like this. If you're entering a game jam, you should obviously there is that drive to get first place, but if you don't enjoy making a game, then how are people going to enjoy playing it? You've really got to actually invest into a game. You've got to enjoy doing it, and you've really got to put your all into it. Now, obviously, your all doesn't really apply to this because you had a very limited amount of time, so we're not expecting a Call of Duty remake with insects or anything like that. But, like I said, that is what you want. Where are you from? I'm from Wigan in England, the north of England, and I try and make myself a little bit more understandable, but it seems like a lot of people actually understand my my normal accent, so I may end up switching out to that after I've had a couple more of these. Right, so let's get into this one then. Get Out of My Kitchen. Can we go full screen? No, I don't think it's optimised for full screen, is it? Never mind, we'll cut out of that. Let's have a look. A little bit of jazzy music. Right, so let me turn this volume down a little bit so it's not competing with me. There we go. Right, so yeah, we've got a little bit of animation. I think, first off, obviously, I don't want people taking criticism to heart. Like I said, constructive criticism is meant to give you advice and tips on how to make things better for your next project. Now, I don't want anyone to think I'm slating any of the games. That's not what I'm here for. I want to play them, I want to give you advice on how these could be made better, what you did well, and just a few hints and tips, that's all. So, a few of the things I'd say here. This jam butty, what do you want to call it, the footer down here, it's been stretched and the aspect ratio's gone out of whack a little bit. Now, the way that you can get around that is when you import an image into your UI, there's a button just underneath the, at the bottom of the image component, and it says Set Native Aspect Ratio. Now, if you do that, it'll set it to its native size, and if it's, for example, 1920 by 1080 HD image, that'll make it the full size of your screen, and you can scale that down. And if you want to maintain that aspect ratio, if you hold the Alt key or the Options key on a Mac and drag one of the anchors in and out, that'll maintain that perfect aspect ratio so you don't get this kind of distorted, stretched image. And again, the buttons could have had a sprite behind them, but they serve a purpose, I hope. Anyway, I've not clicked one yet. So let's click play. Was that a sound effect? What happened then? Hang on a minute. Objective. Click the incoming bugs and stomp them to defeat them. Do not let the bugs pass the stove. Right here. Keep your health above 1. Win by clearing all the bugs. Okay, let's go. Wave 1. Ants. Like this kind of idle breathing animation. It looks like she might have a couple of breathing problems, but so if we click on the ants, oh, that sound effect is disgusting. Oh, there we go. Right, I'm just making sure this is obviously a slider, but yet you can't interact with it. That's good. One thing you could have done with that is remove the handle from the slider so it didn't actually look like a slider itself. And one thing I did just notice then, this counter of how many you have left, let's see if it does it again, because we still have one more wave left. If I kill all 3 of these, yeah, it jumps back to whatever the maximum number is for your next round. So that could be dealt with by only setting that whenever the new round starts. So we've got a boss wave here. He's got 6 health. Again, that slider, yep, non-interactable. I like the claps and the woos at the end, that was good. So there's only one round for that, it's perfectly fine. It's easily extendable, you could always add extra rounds in it, add extra bosses. One of the things I would say is some of the enemies could have probably had a little bit of animation with as well, just a little bit of a scuttle. Even if you didn't actually animate it on a frame-by-frame basis, what you could do is, as they're coming in from the left side to the right, give them a little bit of a wobble. Just so they stand out a little bit more and just so they have they look a bit more dynamic than a static image rolling across your screen. But yeah, it's a good game for the amount of time that was given for that. And this one is by Berta Butterbean Studio 2020. I hope I said that right. That was the one thing I didn't get. $3. I don't know if I'm able to play this because it's my game jam, but I hope other people could play this as well without having to pay the $3 for that. But yeah, first game in. So let's have a quick look at the chat. What's going on down here? Let's have a look. Have a drink and we'll have a talk. It's not my primary job. ALK. My primary job is I'm a web developer for a UK bank. This is just a bit of a side hobby. It keeps me out of trouble. Oh, we've got a surprise entry. I'll give you a little game to play when you've played all these games. That's fine, yep, we'll add that in right at the end, no worries. If that spider takes 6 stomps, I'm out of there. Yep, too right. Even though I shouldn't be saying this because I'm actually an animal lover, I don't want to kill any animal whatsoever. Virtual animal, fair enough, but yeah. Little known fact, I don't know whether I've mentioned this before, but I don't actually eat meat. I'm not here to convert anybody, but I'm an animal lover, I don't eat meat. Spread the love, man. You see the flashlight in my eyes. The flashlight is it's actually a ring light that I bought just for doing these streams, and I've only ever done 2, and it just sits on my desk gathering dust. So hopefully I could actually get a few more streams going live. One thing I did want to mention, if anybody who's joined this game jam is watching, and you don't mind me going through your code, if you're on my Discord channel, what you could do, you could package your game up, and if you send me the Unity package with all the source code and everything like that, we could do a couple of live streams where I'll dissect your code, give you a few tips, actually help you with a little bit of optimization, or just, like I've already said it, give you a couple of hints and tips. Obviously, it's your code. If you don't want that being broadcast to the internet, then by all means, I'm not asking you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. But yeah, I thought that'd be a really good exercise because it could teach me a few things. I could teach you a few things. Just if that's something you're interested in, whether or not you've actually joined this game jam, if you've got a project that you just want me to take a look at the code at, if you don't mind me actually putting it on my YouTube channel and give you a quick shout out, then yeah, we can take it from there. It should be quite good. Right, let's go for this one then. We're not doing a grand reveal. We want to end on, well, no offence, but we want to end on a high note. So, let's go for Jiggle Wiggle from Spicy Cat Studios. As you can see, I've not rated any of these yet. I'm going to do that in my own time. I'm going to do that privately. So let's have a look. We have we have a devlog. Let's have a look. So I was thinking about this beautiful thing, and I'm like, there has to be a game about this. So I went online and looked it up. I couldn't find any, so I decided to make it myself. That is a good thing. If you want to play a game and there is no game out there to play, make it yourself. Obviously the biggest undertaking of my life, getting the details perfectly right, but it's finally here in all its glory. Now, like I said, I have played this one, and you're all in for a surprise. Click run. That load time is taking the mick a little bit, because this is the game. Apparently this is my butt, and apparently I wear a thong that doesn't match my figure. Thanks, Spicy Cat. Top quality game development right there. Now, I don't want to actually write it off straight away. I know you're in the chat. I'm going to ask, is there something I'm missing here? Is there something I can click on that I haven't found? Or is this the game? Come on, tell me there's a hidden button somewhere that I can click on. No, there's nothing there. This is it. Brilliant. Game of the Year 2021. I will sponsor that. Brilliant. So next, we'll go on to this one. We'll just make our way across, left to right. Why not? They seem to be in that sort of order anyway. So this is Beetle's Plague. Let's go to the page. That's some really nice artwork. I like that. If you're in it, have you drawn this yourself, or is this an asset that you found elsewhere? Because I really like this kind of I don't know how to explain it. It's like non-uniform lines, like differing thickness, thick and thin. Just gives it that hand-drawn quality, even though it's obviously digitally drawn. Yes, because it's a top game, that. Let's have a look at what it says. This is my entry for the Comp-3 game, Jam Topic Bugs. A lot of fun defending the salad from numerous bugs. Everything is self-made. Oh, there we go, that's answered my question, and so I'm assuming you have hand-drawn this yourself. Except the font, this was truly challenging. Again, that is something really good. If you stick within your comfort zone, you're never going to actually progress as a game developer. You've always going to want to push yourself, and I'm saying this now, but I hope it's not taking the mick a little bit. But yeah, it is. It's you've always got to push yourself to do something new. Every project that you do, try and do something new in that project. Now, it might sound obvious, but if you try and learn something new with every project that you do, inevitably you're going to become a better game developer. If you stick to doing your standard, so for example, clicker games like Cookie Clicker, they're not a difficult game to make at the core of it anyway. If you start adding on multiple purchases and add-ons and everything like that, they can get a little bit more complicated, but the core features of a game like Cookie Clicker are relatively simple. And if you were to stick at that level, pumping out games at that level constantly, you're never going to actually expand into anything new, because you're never going to learn anything new. So we keep getting off on tangents when I'm trying to do a lecture, even though this isn't a lecture. This is a drink and let's play some games session. So let's jump in. Beetle's Plague by, where are the names around here? Where are the names? I've lost his name. Oh, it's over here. EVIX Creations. So yeah, if you want to play this, by all means, jump on itch, have a go. While it's loading, let's have a check. Oh, your girlfriend drew this. She's extremely talented. Well done. So, yeah. I have actually had a quick play of this. I'm pretty sure I haven't... Oh wait, yeah, I did. I know why. We'll come to something during this play in just a minute. I've managed to kill 826 bugs, and I was only playing for a couple of minutes. So let's have a look at the how-to. Yep, so we have the poisonous spray, continuous damage to bugs. This is why I managed to get so many bugs. I think this needs a bit of a nerf. This is extremely overpowered. Poison, poisons 3 beetles. Trap, traps a beetle, makes it disappear. Glue slows down the beetle while it's over that square. And then we've got the different bug variants. Again, really nicely designed. I really like the briefing here as well. A fierce battle against the global beetle plague has been raging for several weeks. no exact number. It's a massive global plague, but yeah, it's been going on for several weeks. And in our region, we only have a few salads left, which we can use for our side dishes. And we love our side dishes. Like I said before, I don't eat meat, so yeah, I love a good salad as well. Salad and some chocolate. That's why I've got this little bit. Well, I've got this little bit of a gut going on because of this more than anything. But salad might be able to help me. So we hardly stand a chance against these masses of beetles. We won't give up the war without fighting back. Love it. So let's have a go. Like I say, I've had a quick go with this one already. And it's a sort of, what's it called, Plants vs Zombies clone. So we can drop in different objects which will damage the bugs as they come in. Left click to select one of them, right click will get rid of it. Now the right click to actually unselect an object did take me a while to figure out. There's no, unless I've missed it, I could have missed it. If I have, let me know. There was no actual indication that right clicking did that. So I think that could have been made a little bit more clearer. But yeah, for the time it's taken you to create this, the assets really well done. One thing I would say is the sell option. When you select it, you can see that the $sign goes quite a way away from the cursor, and that matches when you try and sell an item. If I try and click on it, it doesn't work. You've got to actually click a little bit to the right and to the bottom. So with that, I would actually just add that in. Just centre that dollar icon a little bit more onto your console. I've just lost one of my lettuces. Shouldn't be talking while I'm playing again. So yeah, let's just drop down a few traps. And the further we go in, the more bugs start coming in. It's like a wave-based game. We've got level down here, level 5. Get you. There we go. And get you. Now, the overpowered thing that I said at the start of this is this bug spray, when I get enough coins, which I do now, can pop one in there, and we see that it spews out this green poison. Now, when you've only got one, it seems like a perfectly reasonable option, perfectly reasonable power-up. But the problem that I found with it was there's no time limit on this. It sprays indefinitely. And when you get to about level 12 or 13, which doesn't take you that long, you have enough money to pretty much put one of these sprayers on every tile. Now, that obviously breaks the game. If I've got one of these on every tile, I can just sit back and watch these bugs die, essentially. Obviously, you don't want that. So what I'd suggest on that is a timer on this, on the bug sprayer, just so that if you put one down, it can only spray for about 10 seconds, for example, or maybe a little bit longer, considering it's one of the most, well, it is the most expensive item in the game, so maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, I wouldn't make it an indefinite spray. As you can see, these two down here are completely taking care of this row for me. What have we got going down here? Fragon says that he learned a lot from the game jam, especially to get things done in a short time. Sadly, you couldn't get anything balanced and fix the bugs. You could have put in a buggy game and then claimed that it was part of the theme. The theme was bugs. I think you missed a trick with that one. An intentionally bug-filled game. Unless somebody else has one of those. We don't know. But as you can see, I have quite a lot of money now, and I can just pop down these sprayers wherever I like. So at this point now, I've pretty much finished the game. Like I say, it's level 11, and hardly anything is going to get through on this now. So yeah, if you were to do a game like this, anything that's extremely powerful, like this bug sprayer obviously is, I'd put a bit of a time limit on it just so you can't do something like this. Now, are these actually... Ooh. The health bars are sliders as well, which you often find. These ones are interactable though, but it doesn't seem like it actually makes a difference. If I try and increase or decrease the health, it seems to be based on the value of the slider rather than the health is based on. Seems to be, yeah, you get what I mean. It's not a problem, but you can interact with these sliders a little bit. So yeah, I'd fix that as well. The way that you can do that is whenever you drop in a slider, there's a little checkbox underneath it that just says it's interactable. If you disable that checkbox, then the user can't click on it, and you can use it as a health bar, and it won't make a difference. The user can't slide that up and down. Yeah, like I say, as you can see, I've got $16,000 here, and I've not really got anything to spend it on now. So if some of these degraded, obviously these poison traps degrade over time, or over when they're used, they have 3 uses. But yeah, if some of these other ones actually degraded over time, it would give you a little bit more incentive or a little bit more need to buy extra things, because currently I'm just sitting back, my hand's not even on the mouse, and I'm currently destroying everything that comes into play. Yeah, I used to love the Plants vs Zombies when it came out. It was one of the better mobile games at the time. Definitely, it had decent graphics. These have decent. This game has decent graphics as well. But yeah, I think you're off to a good start with this one. I really think you could actually make something good out of this with a couple of minor tweaks. Again, maybe a little bit of animation on the bugs as they're coming in. But obviously, if they're hand drawn, that takes a lot more time than pixel art, for example. I'm not saying pixel art doesn't take a long time. Don't get me wrong. Nobody shout at me for that. But yeah, a little bit of animation. See that we've got. I'm assuming this is a particle effect as well that you're using for the gas. So yeah, all in all, decent game. Do we have a menu button? Yeah, we do. That's a good thing as well. You actually notify the player that the progress will not be saved. A lot of games don't do that. You back out, it takes you back to the main menu, and then when you go and try and play again, you're back to square one and you have no idea why. So yeah, anything like that where it's going to actually affect the player directly, like the progress is going to be removed, make sure you always let them know. Pro tip right there, as if it wasn't obvious. So yeah, EVIX Creations, Beatles Plague, good game, give it a go. It'll pass a couple of minutes for you. So now that we're done with that, we'll go on to the 3 downloadable games. These ones didn't have a browser version, as far as I could see anyway, so I've pre-downloaded them, they're ready to go. I want to play this Bee Killer next, so we'll just go into the page. Where's the page? Have I lost the page? Is there a page for this, or is it not? Is it just a direct? Oh no, there we go. Sorry, it's kind of long. Okay, so this is your first game jam. Sorry it isn't so good. Never undersell yourself. If you've made something, you should be proud of it. No matter how basic it is, you should always be proud that you've made something, especially in such a short amount of time. Not many people are able to do that. So, yeah, the fact that you can make a game and actually publish it is better than a lot of people. So never be sorry that a game isn't AAA quality. It doesn't need to be. If it's fun, it's fun. Alright? Lecture over. So let's have a look. Let's open up B Killer. It's open on my second monitor here, so you might not be able to see this because I don't want you seeing my folder structure. Not that I've got anything to hide, but yeah, my computer. Let's open this up. Let's have a look what's going on. Oh, you see. Yeah, sorry, I've completely forgot that I was live streaming then. I was reading the chat. I went completely silent. I'd never be a good radio presenter, I know that. But yeah, what you're saying there about you didn't notice the interactable health bar, that's where actually putting out a beta build of your game comes in handy. Because, especially when you're in a game development community, the people in a game development community know what they're looking for. They know common mistakes. Whenever I see a health bar on somebody's, like on an itch game or something like that, even some games that I play on Steam, I'll just give it a quick check at first, see if I can amend it. But yeah, seeking feedback is one of the major things about game development, and one thing that I see a lot of people that it kind of catches them off guard is constructive criticism. Now, it's not saying that somebody does not like your game. They may not like it, and that's their opinion. But if someone's giving you constructive feedback, and again, I've seen this on quite a few Facebook groups, don't jump in to defend, unless they're being a complete idiot, right? But don't jump in to defend your game if people are saying that this could be different. Because you've got to bear in mind, you're not making the game for you, essentially. You're making the game for other people. And if other people have an opinion, and that opinion is strong, and that opinion is shared amongst a group of people, there's a good chance that actually implementing that will improve your game. Because the players have told you that that's what they wanted to see within that game. So don't take constructive criticism to heart. Obviously, it's your baby, you do what you want with it, it's your game. But listen to people when they actually give you a little bit of advice or feedback. Something that can take you a long way. Let's have a look what's going on here. Hi, Jason. Yeah, 2 guitars. I'm from Wigan in the UK. Northern UK. Well, Northern England, rather. I'm going to get more and more into my own accent the more drinks I have as well. So if you stop understanding anything that I say, just give me a shout. Right, let's get into this one. We have Bee Killer. Let's have a look. How to play. The point of the game is to kill all the bees. You are the hornets. Every few seconds, the number of hornets multiplied... the number of hornets is multiplied by the kill number, which starts at 2500. Bees are killed. You can upgrade by pressing the shop button. You can get money by pressing on the... I'm assuming it's the B button. But beware for the... What is that? Is that still a wasp? Is that a hornet? I can't make that out. If you're in here, just let me know. Which will kill one of your hornets and take away some money. The game is meant to be a long game, if that is your kind of thing. Well, if it's a long game, I'm probably not going to be able to finish it. So what have we got? Got a pause. Is this the bee count? The United States bee population, is it? 1. I am the hornet, so I think, yeah, that's me. And we have gold coins and... Okay, I don't know what that portion is. Right, so if I click on the bees... What happens if I click on the Hornets? Right, so if I click on the Hornet, I lose cash. I should have probably paid attention to the instructions there. Oh. Right, so yeah, we're just going to be clicking on these bees now, aren't we? One thing I have noticed is it doesn't seem to spawn any of these clickable bees on the lower half of the screen, and I think I might know why that is. Unless it's intentional for whatever reason, I don't know, but these icons seem to be buttons because you have the highlight, the colour shift on the highlight. So when we've set this up, have you actually taken into consideration the screen size? Because it looks like they're not anchored, or they may be anchored, but they may be anchored to the top part of the screen, so we're not actually getting anything coming down here. Actually, I'm not sure why the Hornet is flashing erratically around the map. I may have missed something with that. One of the main takeaways for this game, I'll say, is the instructions could have been a little bit clearer. Obviously the design is very minimal. One thing I would have said from the offset is this blue background is your default 2D project camera's background colour, and it's quite an obvious colour. It's like that purpley blue. So yeah, could have changed that. I don't really know what to say about this one. Personally, I'm not a fan of this one. Obviously, you've spent time in making this, and congratulations on making it. But like I say, I think the mechanics could be tied down a little bit more. The instructions could have been made a little bit more clear. And oh, we have a shop icon actually. What am I? Oh, I missed this. Okay, so we've got a poison, slow by 1.25. That doesn't seem to affect that, unless I'm getting this wrong. Give me 10 more Hornets. What does that do? Yeah, so again, I think the instructions could be made a little bit more clear on this one. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this. I want, for something like this, I actually want other people's opinions on this, because it could just be me, it could just be my preference. This may be a genre game that I just wouldn't usually play. So if anybody else wants to go and play this, tell me what you think, tell the developer what you think. Obviously keep it nice, don't try and hurl abuse at anyone, because that doesn't help anybody. But yeah, I think instructions more clear, a little bit of refinement on the graphics. This kind of flashing, I hope no one's epileptic, because this Hornet that's flashing about is getting quite erratic now. Yeah, I hope a little bit of feedback does help you there, mate. Oh, you're just down the road. Where are you from then, Two Guitars? Oh, is this another entry from you, Spicy? That took a while to close as well. I better not have installed anything on my computer. Right, so what's our next one? The Maelstrom of Fury. Now, I think this one got a bit of a rename. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this used to be called Bugged. Short and sweet, it used to be called Bugged. And the reason I know that is there's a system data file when you download it that still has all the binaries and the plugin data for a game called Bugged. Now, I don't know whether or not that will affect the game, because this one was made in Unreal Engine, not Unity. And the company is still Epic Games. Has someone from Epic Games entered? Or is that the default for... I'm joking, I know full well no one from Epic Games is watching my channel. What's going on down here? I really need to bone up on my idle chat while I'm struggling trying to find a window that I want to open up. Oh, you just spent a bit of time playing it. Oh, Manchester, yeah. You were just around corner from me then. Same, I did something horrible. Yeah, a lot of people have that problem. I did try and schedule the game jam so it'd actually span over 2 weekends, but obviously some people work weekends, some people have other commitments, people have kids. So yeah, I didn't expect a load, but next time I'm going to try and give a little bit more notice before we start it, try and drum up a little bit of interest, because obviously it got quite close to the 1 year anniversary of the YouTube channel, which is why I decided to host this. And yeah, I didn't really give much notice that we were going to do a game jam, but next year I'll give you a little bit more notice. And I might not actually give you the theme from the offset as well. I might actually do the traditional game jam thing and only give you it on the either the day or the day before the actual game jam starts. So yeah, let's have a look at this Maelstrom of Fury. This one actually, the name sounds a lot like a game that would draw my interest on Steam or PlayStation Store. I'm a PlayStation fanboy and I don't touch Xbox. Plays the nefarious. Yeah, I've heard that word before. Sorry. Dr. Maelstrom, as he spies on his arch enemies, the Quad 4. The Quad 4. That's got some old school comic book feel to it. Use the numbers 1 through 5 and select hidden microphones and listen in on your enemies. Learn the secrets, prove your knowledge, destroy their city. Okay. Now, I hope you're in here. Who developed it? Dragonhawk Games. I hope you're in the chat, I really do. Because, unless I'm completely mistaken, all the game is listening to conversations. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't remember there being instructions on this. I remember this now, but I do love the voiceover. And I hope this was your voice. I hope you've got this kind of deep, powerful, booming voice. This is good. So let the... I must say, I did worry when I saw this button, let the invasion of privacy commence. I ran an antivirus scan on this just because I'm paranoid, but it came back clean. So, we're good. And what I could gather from this, again, it could have had a few more instructions. What I could gather from this is you press the buttons that correspond to the what look like servers down here with the light on. And you can hear conversations from what looks like different rooms in a complex.
Hey now, North. I may not be a superhero, but I've seen my fair share of danger.
I hope I've got the game sound on.
That's not what I meant. You sacrifice more for the city than
But yeah, what this seems to be is a sort of walking simulator as they've become known, but without the walking. So it's like a story game that you can play through. Obviously we're not going to be able to play through the full thing now, because when I played it I managed to sit around for about 10 minutes just listening to these conversations, and they are really good conversations. There's some humour in there, there's quite a lot of depth for such a small game, and if this is your kind of thing, then you'd probably enjoy this game. But like I say, if there's something I'm missing, then please let me know, and I can revisit this and go through it again and do a little thing. But it seems like what it is a conversational, story-driven game. As you can see, another room started again, but we should be able to go to room 3, and no, this will change to a different conversation that's in a different room, and we could toggle between 3, 5, now 2. We got to 2. Completely different conversation. And it seems like these overlap as well. So, again, that could actually aid towards replayability. Because obviously you can't hear every conversation that's going on at once. So, you could do your single playthrough. There may be an end game. Like I say, I haven't actually finished this game. So, we could get through to the end. There could be an end game to it. Maybe, again, this is all speculation because I've not finished the game, but what you could do is incorporate multiple endings to a game like this, depending on which conversations you fully listen to. Say, for example, you listen to a full conversation in room 2, that's going to lead to a specific ending, whereas going through a full conversation in number 5 may negate that and show that the conversation in room 2 was actually a lie, if this makes sense. So depending on which room you listen to the most, you get a different version of the story. Just a thought there. If anyone wants to make that game, by all means, I'll play that. That's a good game. But yeah, this game seems like it may need a little bit of time to set aside, play through properly, listen to the full conversations. One more thing I would say, I think this could actually be a mobile game as well. So maybe add a little bit of touchscreen functionality in there, maybe some subtitles for people who can't have the audio on or the audibly impaired. That is another thing that I wanted to come to as well on probably a future tutorial, actually making your games accessible to people with disabilities. So not only does it stem to, for example, subtitles, your colour choices, the actual contrast between the foreground and background, all speak in different ways to people with disabilities, and you don't want to turn away people, potential players who have disabilities. So if that is something that you were wanting to learn a little bit more about, obviously that's more of a an ad hoc niche, just keep it in the back of your mind, but it is the kind of process. But yeah, I think that would be quite a good tutorial. So if you want to learn a little bit about that, just let me know, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Whose game is this one? This one is Dragon Hawk Games. You'll be able to find him on itch, obviously, because he's submitted it. Right, so yeah, I do enjoy games like that. Like I say, a little bit more of an instruction on what to expect, and yeah, if you heard about the different tangents, then I think that could actually really benefit from that. Maybe even that'd actually be a really good kind of game for a murder mystery. So, for example, do you know, like Cluedo? A game like Cluedo, but with a bugged room or bugged rooms like that, and you've got to piece together who the murderer is. And right at the end, given the information that you've collated from listening in on conversations, you have to make your decision. And then you could even go to the extent of having a little bit of RNG in there as well, where the killer is always a different person, so it's not the same game over and over again. So it gives it that sort of roguelike element as well, which always improves replayability if you have a little bit of roguelike in there as well. Again, just a few thoughts for you. You want to take that further, I'll only take 50% of every penny that you make. And finally, we've got release day. Now, release day looks extremely interesting, and there is a reason why I left this one until the end. and you'll see why this is when I actually start playing it. Now, from the screenshots, I'll be honest, I thought this is just going to be another sort of platformer game, but it's actually got some really interesting ideas inside, and I was kind of taken off guard by this a little bit because it was actually really good, and I do want to come back to this because again I haven't had time to finish it yet, but I will be coming back to this and I will be finishing this game. So I hope there's a AAA ending right at the end of this. So let's load this one up. Let's have a look what's going on. This one's my favourite. Oh, right, so somebody's already played this one then, and they're giving it a seal of approval, so it must be good. Let's go into options. So we've got music and sound, and I'll just load up the credits here. We'll have this on for a second, because I like this song. Really basic acoustic guitar and vocals over the top. It's a really good song, this. So yeah, Kyle C. Dignan and Kendra Rose. Well done. I really like this. So let's go in. So we'll click play. Basic controls, WASD or up, down, left, right, because they don't discriminate on the movement controls. Well done. So we can move on through. Really nice artwork. I love this hand-drawn style, but it kind of clashes a little bit with the what looks like pixel art for the walls in the background. But yeah, I really like this art with the hand-drawn style. So we've got a really nice looking dialogue system in here as well. Works really well done. And again, a little bit of humour in this game, which always helps with games like this. And I really want to play Alpha Doom as well, just saying. But that's probably just because it's got Doom in the title and I really want to play Doom again. So the idea behind this game is you're a QA developer, a QA tester for a game that's been in development and it's due to release tomorrow. And your final task is just do one more playthrough, make sure that all the bugs have been finished or been gotten rid of. And we just got little conversations going on. Always, just these little NPC conversations always have that little bit of a nice touch to it. Really nice. Stop looking at my screen. Can't be covering it with your eyes. The guy who's done this game, or the guys who've done this game, or the girls who've done this game, whoever has done this game, obviously works in a software development role. Because there's a few little things that some of the NPCs say that I can actually hear people that I work with saying on a daily basis while I'm playing this. And it's really good. It made me chuckle. So we can go through, we go to our desk right at the end, E to interact, and then we go into the game, Alpha Doom. So it all looks alright. At this point I was thinking, right, yeah, so we're playing through a standard platformer, looks okay. What happened? Fatal error. See, I love this. The game within the game has crashed, and now we're going through the conversation that Alex, our main protagonist, is having with his developers. So we've got Colin, some sort of quantum entanglement error, which I hope I never get in any of my games, but it's what it says in the message, so no problem. This is the kind of thing. Try and overcomplicate things. That was the line that really gave me a chuckle, but put a ticket in. When you work in specifically like an agile environment, it's always about the tickets. Something goes wrong, nobody takes responsibility, just put a ticket in, someone will sort it. That's what makes me think this guy actually works in software development on a full-time basis. But that's just the start of the game. So we've gone through, we've realised that the game has a few bugs, the developer needs to fix it. So we'll go through to the canteen, and all of a sudden the game has made its way into real life. Which, again, this is a good interpretation of the theme, bugs. So there's no literal bug in it, it's about game bugs, and the game bugs have actually infiltrated real life. And I just want to get, I think it's this part, this is the kind of mechanic that seems to be present throughout the entire game. So you've got to actually think outside the box a little bit here. So we have a continue restart options and quit menu that pops up automatically when you jump over these spikes. We'll quit that. Oh no, we won't. We'll continue with the game and we'll carry on. So this is a really neat idea. I've never thought of something like this. So you can't make it over to that platform. Now we get this queue in the bottom, and I will be honest, I did click that because I had no idea what I was doing. But once I did, I kind of realised the core mechanics of this game, which are really obscure. So we press escape, we'll open up our menu, and now that menu acts as a platform. And there's the limited amount that I actually played through this, there are quite a few little things like that. Some neat little ideas, making it a little bit unique. And again, here, this one, just for a small section of a level, we have a cloning device, and we've got to sacrifice some of our guys to make a platform over into the safe area. And I really like this game. This is obviously all games that have been developed for this game jam are good in their own right. None are bad. There is no such thing as a bad game. Well, there is, but not in this context. But yeah, I would highly recommend you download this game and give it a try. It seems like a really good game, really well made. Yeah, there was a few things that I did find with it, which were just down to the fact that you could do certain things. One of the things that I did find with it was you could get out of the map, and the reason you could get out of the map is with the cloning device, you can clone yourself multiple times, jump on top of each other, and then you can jump out of the map. But again, that didn't break the game. We lost focus on that guy and brought focus to another guy, so that could have been intentional. That could have been a little Easter egg there that I stumbled across. But yeah, definitely play that game. It is really good. But yeah, that is all the games I've got. Unfortunately, we don't have any more than that. We've played through all 6 of the games. And how long have we got left on this game jam now? So we've still got 14 hours left on this game jam. So please go over to the link, find me on Itch, check out the game jam, play these games, give them a rating, give them a fair rating, and we'll see who wins tomorrow morning. Now I may be a little bit quiet tomorrow morning because tomorrow is actually my birthday. I'm turning the big 30, so I might be a little bit quiet, might be a little bit hungover, but yeah, I will actually log in, see who's won. I'll announce it on my Discord channel, Twitter, Facebook, everything like that. I'll link the game, link your itch page. So yeah, good luck to everyone who's entered. Let's do a final check out on the chat. Yeah. So, thanks, man. Love you, bruh. Yeah. I don't think there's much more we can do on this now. So, again, what I'm going to do, on my Discord channel, I'm going to throw in a couple of ideas for live streams. hopefully some people will participate and send me over some of the code or some of the games that may be hosted on itch or Steam elsewhere. Ideally free, please. But yeah, we can have regular sessions. Like, sounds like I'm talking at work. We can have regular little get-togethers like this, and we'll have a drink. We'll play a few games, have a few laughs. Sounds like I'm John McClane in Die Hard now. But yeah, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy chatting with you guys. You've kept me sane over this entire COVID thing that's been going on. So yeah, I enjoy this. But I think I'm about tapped out now. I think I might go and enjoy some Pringles and have a little drink, watch a film, something like that. Oh, hang on. Is he still here? We had a surprise entry, didn't we? Where is he? I've gone. Comic-Con. You still here? Just check my Discord. No, I'm not. I think he might have gone. We'll have to jump back on that one then. I'll get in contact with him and see what he says. But yeah, thanks for tuning in anyway, guys. If you've not already, please subscribe. All that standard YouTuber stuff. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. You can support over on Patreon if you so wish. I'm not forcing anybody's hand, but please subscribe. Please watch my videos. Share as well. That's always a good one. You share my videos out, more people find out. Everything goes smoothly then, everybody wins. So, yeah. Yeah, belting. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed it anyway, guys. It's kept me busy for an hour. Yeah. Next time, I'll give you a little bit more notice, and hopefully we'll top 6 entries on that next one. Alright. So, I may be ending the stream right about now if I can find where my OB